Amazing morning, kids! I'm teacher Anariza, your science teacher for today. Our lesson for today is about changes in the materials that are useful and harmful to one's environment. So for this lesson, you should be able to determine whether the change in the materials is useful or harmful in the environment. But before that, let's have a game. Let us arrange the jumbled letters. The letters on the yellow box is already a clue. For the first word, it starts with letter U. It means being helpful or has positive effect. You have 10 seconds to think what is that word. Timer starts now. Okay, so that word is useful. Next word. So the next word starts with letter H. It means or it causes damage or harm. So the clue is already on the meaning. What do you think is that second word? You have 10 seconds to think what it is. Timer starts now. Okay, so the second word is harmful. Then the last word. For the third word, this happens as the sun heated the bodies of water, causes liquid to evaporate into water vapor. So this word is a process, or it composes of two words rather. Okay? So this is based on what you've had on the previous lesson. So what do you think is that process? So it starts with W and ends with letter E. So you have 10 seconds to think what is that word or words. So the answer is water cycle. Let us observe the pictures on the board. How many changes in the materials are there on the picture? Correct. So we have 3 changes in the materials. So what are those? Cooking of food, cutting of trees, and throwing garbages. Are all these changes in the materials good in the environment? There are changes in the materials that can be good or bad in the environment. These can be useful or harmful. Useful or harmful? What is their difference? How can we tell if the change in the materials is useful or harmful in the environment? For us to remember and to identify easier the difference between useful and harmful, we will be using hand signals. Useful means good and harmful means bad. We can say if the change in the materials is useful, if the change in the materials that has good effect or beneficial in the environment. While it is harmful, if the changes in the materials has bad effect in the living things and its surroundings. Let's have these examples. Examples of changes in the materials that are useful in the environment are cutting of fabrics to make clothes, molding of clay to make pots, shaping of wood, and changing of wood into charcoal. There is also an example of useful changes in the environment, which are decorating and cutting of empty plastic bottles and old tires into pots, and that is what we call recycling. On the other hand, example of harmful changes in the materials are burning of plastics, burning of old tires, and throwing of chemicals in the river. Okay, so let us see if we can already determine whether the changes in the materials is useful or harmful by answering our activity for today. Try to remember our hand signals that we had last time. Useful means good and harmful means bad in the environment. What are the different materials needed in the activity? You will need our module and a pen. So do you have your modules with you? Okay, so kindly get your module and open your module on activity 28. Follow these steps in answering our activity. Read each situation that shows different changes below. Observe the different pictures describing each situation. Analyze these following changes. Number 4, write inside the oval if those changes is useful or harmful in the environment. Kindly write on the oval, useful or harmful. And after you identify all those useful and harmful changes, write these in the table on your module, if it is useful or harmful. And after you answer that activity, please answer the guide questions. I will give you 5 minutes to answer from the first activity down to the guide questions. The timer starts now. Okay, so are you done answering our activity down to the guide questions? Very good. So let us now proceed with the checking of your answers. So let us start with number 1. Changing of wood to become charcoal. That is useful. Number 2. Burning of plastic bottles, which produces smoke. That is bad to our environment. So that is harmful. For number 3, molding of clay to become clay pots. That is one of the examples that we had a while ago. So that is useful. For number 4, cutting of t-shirt to become face mask. So you already made face mask out of cutting of t-shirt. That is useful. And then number 5, bending of metal in making hanger. That is useful. The useful changes in the materials based on the activity are changing of wood into charcoal, molding of clay into pots, cutting of t-shirt to become face mask, and bending of metal in making hanger. For harmful, changes in the materials, burning of plastic bottles. Let us now proceed with the guide questions. Look on the useful changes in the environment. Based on what you know, what made them useful to the environment? Possible answer: the useful changes in the environment are changing of wood to make charcoal, molding of clay to make pots, cutting of t-shirt to make face mask, and bending of metals in making hanger. They are useful because they produce new things out of the materials. For number 2, what are the changes in the materials in the activity that are or is useful to the environment? Possible answer: the harmful change in the environment is burning of plastics. Last question: what made them harmful to the environment? Answer: it is harmful because it brings bad effect in the environment by producing smoke from burned plastics. Let us sum up all the learnings that we had by completing the statement. Let's read the paragraph. How can you determine if the change of the materials is useful or harmful in the environment? So you will fill in the blanks by answering if it is useful or harmful. We can say that changes in the materials are if the product produced has valuable item. We can say that changes in the materials are if the outcome has negative effect in the environment. So what do you think is the answer? Where is the useful and harmful in the statement? So we can say that changes in the materials are useful if the product produced has valuable item, while we can say that the changes in the materials are harmful if the outcome has negative effect in the environment. Answer this question. Harmful changes in the materials brings pollution to the environment. As a pupil, what are the things that you can do to help our surroundings prevent pollution? I think you can now already determine if the changes in the materials is useful or harmful. So you are now ready to answer our challenge and our module. So what you're going to do is to determine if the following changes is useful or harmful in the environment. You will write on the underline before the number, useful or harmful. You have 5 minutes to answer that challenge. Timer starts now. these are the answers on our challenge. Number 1, useful. Number 2, useful. Number 3, harmful. Number 4, useful. And number 5, harmful. We are done with our lesson. So you did an amazing job for today, kids. With that, give yourself an amazing clap. So what is that amazing clap? So 1, 2, 3, amazing. Again, 1, 2, 3, amazing. Tune in for more fun and exciting science lesson. I'm Ma'am Ana Risa Ponilas. See you next time. Bye!